From the campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. West Virginia's college news leader, the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications. This is MU Report.
Hello and welcome to Spring 2014's fourth edition of MU Report, West Virginia's college news leader at Marshall University. I'm Sean Delancey. And I'm Taylor Kirchwim. Now on to our top story. Columbine, Virginia Tech, Sandy Hook. The number of people affected by mass shootings goes on and on. Josie Landgrave shows us what Marshall University is doing to protect its students from a shooter on campus.
Mass shootings are becoming all too familiar in the United States. In a recent Mother Jones survey, there have been 24 mass shootings in the last 7 years alone. Because of the growing number of mass shootings, law enforcement agencies, including Marshall's Police Department, have put plans in place if a shooting were to occur.
We've been aware of the issue since Columbine. We've looked at it. We have an active shooter trainer on staff, and we have trained with other agencies who will be responding on how to react.
Marshall's Police Department has a list of tips on the university's website of what to do in case there were ever an active shooter here on campus. Now, this list includes everything on how to protect yourself to how to treat the injured. This list is what some students say puts them at ease, knowing that the university is bringing awareness to this problem.
I think it is something that we should think about, considering it's happening a lot around the world.
Marshall's Police Department says they have a plan in place for any situation that may arise on campus, but there is no way to fully anticipate what can happen.
I don't think you're ever prepared. It's something you can't prepare for. You just can't say this person, A is going to do this.
Despite the numerous mass shootings around the nation, students say the plan of action, along with police presence on campus, makes them feel safe.
Anytime I walk into a classroom, I feel safe. I don't feel like anything's going to happen to me or anything's going to try to harm me.
Josie Landgrave, MU Report.
To find the list of instructions, visit Marshall's homepage and click on the emergency info link at the top of the page. Now, Marshall University is trying to get involved with the community, and the 2014 Brain Expo did just that. MU Report's Allison Wickline joins us in the studio to give us the inside scoop on the event. Allison?
Yeah, Sean, you're right. This year's Brain Expo brought hundreds of kids to Marshall's campus to learn the ins and outs of the brain. And just from being at the event for about an hour, I can tell you it was a hit with both the kids and the adults. Children filled Marshall's Student Center recently to learn all about the brain. The Brain Expo is an annual event that gives kids the chance to experience the many different parts of the brain. Event organizer Nadia Spitzer says the expo is designed to be fun and educational.
And we do this in a kind of an interactive manner with hands-on fun activities instead of book learning, you could call. It gets them excited and engaged in the material.
Whether it was coloring a picture of a brain, touching a brain, or holding a cockroach, kids say they had a lot of fun at this year's Brain Expo.
We got to feel a sheep's brain. We got to see an alligator's brain and see some bugs.
Marshall students got the chance to be involved by working some of the booths. Some juggled, some played with a skull, and others handled tarantulas and bugs. Either way, they got great reviews from the kids, who say they liked having fun while learning.
We get to explore a lot of stuff, more stuff, and it'll be easier to learn about it if you're actually doing it. I think it's good because we get to learn about the brain and it's fun. It's very educational.
Spitzer says she is already planning for next year's event to continue to give kids the inside story on the brain. Allison Wickline, MU Report.
8 weeks into the semester means midterms are here again. As Jessica Patterson reports, students at Marshall University are putting a lot of effort into studying.
Marshall students hit the books last week to get ready for midterms. Some of these students say locking everything into memory can be quite a task.
We do 4 credit hour classes, so they require a lot of studying, so it's kind of hard to balance both of those.
Studying for midterms involves a wide range of study techniques. Some students say they have a plan to help them retain as much information as possible.
As I'm reading, I highlight, then I go back through and I put sticky notes in my book and I write out what's the most important out of what I've highlighted, and then I have a study group of me and a couple close friends, and then we just bounce it off and clarify our understandings on it.
Studying can take up a lot of what was once free time, which is why some students say they will be glad when midterms are finally over.
I will be very relieved when the midterms are over because it's just been really hectic for me right now. Studying for all my midterms, they all fell on one day.
Midterms may take a lot of time and energy, but students will finally be able to relax when the tests are done and spring break begins. Jessica Patterson, MU Report.
Students have one more week of tests before getting a vacation on spring break.
Imagine being able to have anything you want in a matter of minutes. Sound too good to be true? Marshall University's Science Department shows us how that dream may not be too far away.
You have to have a fully grown lion skull, but it also has to be about the size of a human thumb. So what are you going to do? Well, why don't you just print it?
And so it basically builds a structure from the ground up.
That's right, just print it. With Dr. Constantino's new purchase of a 3D printer for the Science Department, imagination is the limit for what professors can now use as a teaching tool, including this model of a fully grown lion's skull.
So let's say you have a model of something that you normally teach with, but you're always like, I really wish it was this. I really wish I could do this. If you have that in 3D data, you can do that.
Not only will this 3D printer allow for endless possibilities in the classroom, but it also does it on a budget.
In my office, I have a whole range of skulls that I bought for my human evolution class, and each one of those is probably over $350. So we can print it here for maximum $150 for the same thing.
Only time will tell how the great minds at Marshall will utilize this technology, but students are already benefiting from it in classrooms.
When we return on this edition of MU Report, kids gain some food for thought on Marshall's campus.
Also, Marshall firefighters receive a special visit and a famous comedian brings his special brand of comedy to the Marshall campus. All when we return to this edition of MU Report.
Let it be known that Marshall University serves students who appreciate the value of higher education and its importance to quality of life. New schools of pharmacy and physical therapy and our state-of-the-art engineering complex will open new worlds of opportunity for those seeking to make a difference. Let the following words resonate across America. We are strong. We are growing. And together, we are Marshall.
Welcome back to MU Report. I'm Sean Delancey.
And I'm Taylor Kirchwim. Marshall students of nutrition and dietetics kicked off National Nutrition Month with a nutrition extravaganza. The group finds that educating young children about healthy living could help their future food choices.
Kids are always told never to play with their food, but playing and learning about it
You want to choose something that has the word whole grain in it.
could be beneficial for their future health. Just listen to what Liam learned.
Pretty much, you gotta have the right, stuff to eat every day. So you have a balanced meal.
And dietetics junior Molly Forrest agrees that forming the right nutrition habits when you're young can prevent bad habits from forming when you get to be an adult.
It's better to learn younger than to learn older, and especially as little kids, you need that nutrition.
Exercise is equally as important to a healthy lifestyle, and members of the Marshall ROTC program were there to get the workout juices flowing.
I do like doing the pull-ups. All of them together, I'd say maybe 800.
Participants were asked to help stock the MU food pantry in exchange for a baked good.
All made with natural ingredients to continue the nutritious theme.
The Marshall branch of the Huntington Fire Department got a special treat of a group on campus. MU Report's Kaylin Searles finds out how the station is reaching out to the community, particularly college students.
The Huntington Fire Department doesn't just focus on public safety, but also offers community service.
Talk about what the kids need to be taking home to their families and practicing, and the teachers are also good to help with that. So we do things right here within our block and our district.
The 18 firefighters who staff Marshall University's branch at Station 2 say they like to take the extra step and reach out to campus life.
We'd like to take them in and show them our equipment, show them the station, let them know that our families are just like their families.
Firefighters say they're always looking for new ways to reach out to the Marshall community, whether it's letting students try out their gear or helping them fulfill community service hours, all while getting a free truck wash.
That's another reason that we want to take and participate in events like this, is to help bridge that gap, as you said, and to increase awareness so they understand that, this is something that protects them and something they should appreciate, and that helps us and, help make a positive influence on this campus and in this community.
The station is strategically placed just a few blocks from the university, making it easier for firefighters to respond to all calls on campus and surrounding areas.
We want to welcome them in, let them know that we are here to help them. We protect the community. We serve all the students here at Marshall. We want them to feel at home and let them know that if there's something we can do to help them, if they have an emergency, they can count on us to be there.
6 firefighters staff the station 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Kaylin Searles, MU Report.
Comedian Craig Robinson came to Marshall to bring comedy to students with a night of music and fun. MU Report's Malcolm Irving got an inside look of this big comedy event at the Joan C. Edwards Playhouse.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Craig Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson, star of This Is the End and The Office, brought his stand-up comedy and music routine to the campus of Marshall University this past weekend. With the Joan C. Edwards packed to the brims, Robinson had no problem keeping the audience glued to their seats during his funny performance.
He was hilarious. I mean, like I said, I love all of his movies. He's so funny. He's pretty funny, though. That's all I can say.
Robinson says he enjoys performing at universities because he likes the students' reactions. He gets to be, in his own words, more ridiculous than performing at a comedy club.
I appreciate, the response, that kids are open to hearing comedy, and like some of these people never been to a comedy show or club before, and then some of them, it's like I'm saying, I appreciate that energy, that being able to play with them and be sillier.
With Robinson bringing his jokes to Marshall's campus, it gave students a break from class and studying to come together to share laughter with each other.
The one thing I really hope students get out of this performance, as like Craig Robinson, I want them to have fun and to have an experience outside of the classroom. Yeah, it's great to go to class every day. It's great to get A's, but I think while you're in college, you need to have a little fun as well.
Head of the Activity Community Board says this is a step up for the board and will hopefully get many more A-list comedians to perform at Marshall University in the future. Malcolm Irving, MU Report.
That's all the time we have for this edition of MU Report. We will be back in 2 weeks on this public broadcasting station.
Our advisor is Dr. Chris Swindell, and he can be contacted at swindell@marshall.edu. Until next time, I'm Taylor Kirchwim.
And I'm Sean Delancey. You all have a great day.